Hello again and welcome to FISKEFLUER. Tonight we're gonna tie this fly. This is a Craftfur imitation made of Craftfur and Naiat. Naiat is a type of goat that lives in Shetland, I think. Maybe Iceland. That's not so important. The underbody I made of Craftfur, placed in the dubbing loop, and you have this lateral line, lateral scale on the sides, and on top you have this piece of Naiat that I put in top, and you have this ice that's glued on. I use some clear mono for this fly. Okay, well, that's enough for the introduction. Well, let's start tying this fly. I take this out of the vise and find a brand new hook, put it into my vise. The vise today is Norwise. It's a very nice vise, I'm very fond of it. And I find my thread that is clear mono. I have something left on my spool, so it's enough to this fly. Attach my thread to the hook, snip it off, and go down to there. And to support this fly's tail, I use some white normal bucktail. I take out some strands, snip it off, adjust it, and like this, adjust the length of the fly. It's going to be like that. Attach it, go down to the hook band, not beyond, but down to the hook band, and make sure this bucktail is not exceed too much further. And go down, and now it's time to tie in the lateral line, the lateral scale, and just have a little strand of it, snip it off. You see it's about 3mm thick, I think, and attach it to the side with some wrappings, wind back like this, and snip it off a bit longer than the end is gonna point backwards. So there's the other piece, and you just measure out. It's about the same length as the previous. Some wrappings, and do the same like this. I don't snip this because just let it stay there. Now I take my dubbing brush made of Craftfur, and you see in the core there is some pink crystal flash. There's always some hairs is gonna loosen from a brush you made, but you can stroke it with your fingers and get rid of most of them. So find a point that you want to tie in like this, and attach it securely like this. Go forwards all the way, almost to the hook eye, like this, and you take a little piece of hackle plier and find the core. You can just take it by hand if you want as well, but I use this, and as I wrap it, I just stroke it backwards, like this. Stroke it forwards, backwards, and wrap forwards, I mean. So we don't tie down too many hairs on this Craftfur. Like this, you see? When you use dubbing brush this matter, you have normally taper on your fly, and that's nice. Take your snipper. I don't use my scissor for this. You find an old scissor, but I use this snipper like this. Snip it off, and you see the little piece of this core, metal core, just wind back like this. So now we're there. What I'm gonna do now? Now I'm gonna take my lateral line, the lateral scale, and just make it go forwards. And to divide the hairs, I use my old toothbrush for this. Just have to see if there's the wrong one. This is the one I'm gonna take. It's a bit difficult to see whatever piece you want to get. Now I got the right one. I took first one on the other side. That's wrong. But now I've got the right one. Just divide the hairs like this. Try as much as you can to divide it. So. Get the hairs backwards and attach it like this. So. And now we can just take the scissors and snip it off. This is from the one side, and to make it very sure it doesn't loosen, to just take some extra wrappings. Okay, now you turn the vise on this side, and you find the toothbrush that's full of Craftfur here. Now I take the right one. You see, do the same thing here. Try to divide the hair as good as you can, as much as you can, so we don't tie down too many hairs. Like this. See what I'm doing? Okay. Now I'm at the hook eye. And like this. Some nice wrappings here. Take your scissors. Just snip it off. Voila. And do the same. Some securing wraps. And now you take all the hairs and just pull them back like this. You can also make your comb or whatever you have like this. Take it backwards and use your lighter a little bit just to get rid of the hairs. Now it's time to get the top part. That is a knight. I have some nice piece here. I say knight, but there is goat with no crinkles in the hairs. That's what we like. And you can just snip off this piece like this and measure out how long you want it. I want it to exceed a little bit of this underbody like that. Snip off the excess like that. Then there is a bit nerve-wracking to get the head right. Remember, this mono thread is very slippery. You don't want to break it. I think everything's looks very nice now. I take your whip finisher and take some whip finish like this. Attach it and tug on it to make it stay there. So put it on the thread post again, and you see now I want those barrings on this top part, and I use this permanent marker in the color black for this. Voila. Take it towards me and color this. I don't think the fish is gonna mind, but it looks nicer. Try to just color the blue one, not the white. Try not to shiver too much on your hands. Otherwise this will not go as good as it should. So now you can see you have these barrings, and I want to cheat a little bit. You see now this fly has been divided a little bit. To make it go more together, I can just leave it like this, or I can use some super glue and make a little dab of it on the center there. I'm blowing it. See now the fly is more together, and do a little dab on this side. So, well, that was the sheet. And if you want some gills on this, I think you want, so I just use this red marker pen and just make it like this. So, nice gills. And now it's time for the eyes. And I use this kind of glue. Liquid Fusion is toxic free, and I use it to attach these eyes. Looks like this. And to place the eyes right, I use a dubbing needle, and I just have to get rid of all this excess glue and just use this like on the bottle. Tap it on the desk to make the glue go out in the nozzle, and you find a little dab of glue just like this. That was one side. Is like this glue is like a gel type. It doesn't cure right away, but it will be very nice and firm when it's cured. Take some minutes, 5 minutes or so. But to place the eyes, you get rid of all these loose hairs on this little board of eyes. It's everywhere. And take your dubbing needle, get under the eyes, flip it over, make sure the eyes is on the right place, right, and place it on top of the glue and just press down on it. It's a bit slippery like this. See now, one eye is on the place, and don't bother if this glue is a little big or something, because it will seep into the fly and disappear. You can use some more glue. Take the excess from the eyes and over the thread wraps. Like this. You can adjust the eyes a little bit, or you can also take some more onto your dubbing needle. And over the thread wraps. And what I usually do, because as I have said earlier, I'm allergic to other types of glue among UV resin. That's a culprit of this allergy I have. But some types of glue like this and some types of super glue I can handle. But what I usually do when this is all dried up, I cover it all with this glue, Gorilla Glue. Well, something's happened with my screen. There, this Gorilla Glue is what I'm gonna cover all this ice with, and well, it will be very nice. But that's not so important if you don't use that. I want to tell you a little tip when I'm first at it. To avoid cutting yourself, poking yourselves with this sharp hook, you can use some rubber bullet and just press it into this point and conceal this sharp point into the rubber bullet. So now we have it. It's very nice. This is the finished fly. It just needs some curing, and I covered it with this Gorilla Glue. It's all good to go. And that remains just for me to say thank you all for watching my videos, and advise you to just subscribe to my channel. I try to post videos every now and then, and I have very much joy to make this video. So just give me a call, and I will or subscribe to my channel, or give you a message if there's something special you want me to tie and post on videos. So I will do that, try to do that. Well, that was all I had, so thank you all for watching, and bye bye and tight lines.